Hello, it's the Sinister Gambino here with a new stream. And the stream will be going over the event week for this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. So starting off, the main thing going on for the week is the addition of the BF Weevil. The BF Weevil, however, has kind of been in the game already. So for those who don't know, the BF Weevil has technically been in the game already through like some of the DJ stuff from like Kind Music, whatever. Apparently doing Kind Music's requests, I believe, is a way you can actually get the BF Weevil for free. But as seen now, it's now available on the actual website, not just available through like the DJ missions now. So for those who really don't want to do the DJ missions to get a BF Weevil for free, you can purchase the vehicle now, whereas you could not before. So that's the additions of the BF Weevil, because some people might know that it's already technically been available for a good bit now. Probably, of course, through that method, and the new method, it's not free, it's just a simple purchasable vehicle now as well. Whereas before, it was only obtainable through doing the missions. That's a free vehicle from English Dave. That's almost at that, but whatever. Anonymous Spectator event week highlights are 3 times money, NRP, Motor Wars, and Air Races. So those are the 2 triple money opportunities, NRP. And then there's also 2 times money RP on Smuggler Cell missions. So basically the cell missions from the Smuggler's Run DLC, those are 2 times money RP. And there's also 25% off the Stealth Annihilator and more. So there are some new vehicles finally on discount, quite a couple to few actually, depending on if you have Prime Gaming or not. So yeah, we're already getting some new discounts for the update, not having a month in it. Which I'm not too surprised, the vehicles are pretty in my opinion. Kind of expected better with the vehicles, kind of like Doomsday Heist. But don't get me wrong, we did get better vehicles than we usually get, but yeah, I don't know, they're kind of compared to the first 2 heist updates in my opinion. Though I think still better than the Damasceno heist vehicles, personally. So I really don't see a surprise. And yeah, podium vehicle for the week, if I didn't mention, is the ENS Paragon R, just the regular one, not the armored one. So I didn't make the armored one more accessible through adding it for the podium vehicle for a week. Just the regular one is typically on the website.
Table games, slot machines, and the premier race book. There's always something to get into and something to love. Money.
So Paragon R, that one I've already technically done a review on, so I'm not going to go in much detail on this podium vehicle as I typically do. But yeah, it's from Diamond Casino Resort DLC. And here it is, so when you get it, you'll save $905,000 plus a delivery. If you don't change delivery, that's another $20,000 around there that you'll probably save as well. Like at max, I imagine. But yeah, ENS Paragon R, it's not the armored one, which is available only by completing all 6 of the casino story missions, which is the much better version of the Paragon R. Like the more useful version. But technically that vehicle wouldn't really be used in a free mode situation much either. This one's kind of a better one, because sport car races are some of the more common races in the game. And yeah, it's very slightly better, like a single placement in one category and like a couple to few placements better than the armored one in another category, I think. But I'm not going to go over exact performance like I usually do, because I do have a review and guide on it. Though keep in mind, it has changed, of course, since other DLCs have came out since my reviewing guide on the Paragon R and Paragon R Armored. So it might have changed like a couple placements or something, but I don't recall it being anywhere within like the top 5 or anything, so you might as well just go another vehicle. It's not really going to be that worthy of a podium vehicle in my opinion. Customizations are pretty damn good on it, however, so that's something nice, is there's quite the customizations on the vehicle, so it does have pretty nice customizations, but pretty much all of those are also on the armored version anyways. There's no like exclusive modifications between like the regular and armored crew modes, for example. Like how the regular one has like a couple different modifications, the armored one doesn't. So you might as well just get the free one anyways as well through the Diamond Casino Resort DLC from the Casino Story missions, since that one is more useful for a generic free mode situation. Alright, so on to Premium Race. Premium Race for the week is Muscle In for the Muscle Car class. So again, I'll be going over top 3 for the Muscle Car class for lap time and top speed. And if there is new muscle cars in the DLC, it will not be putting those into account, since the spreadsheet from Roughly 152 has not yet been updated. However, it actually does not look like there is a muscle car in the new update. It doesn't look like it according to the spreadsheet, and I don't think any were added or whatever. So it should still be up to date for the top 3 for lap time top speed on Roughly 152 spreadsheet, because it doesn't really seem there is a new muscle car for the update. But yeah, first place for lap time for the muscle car class goes to the Class A Yosemite from like 2017, late 2017 from the Doomsday Heist. So that's been the first place for lap time for quite a couple years now. That's the #1 option, and that's a pretty affordable option, I believe, as well. And you have to like the necessary customizations for performance to like turbo and transmission, stuff like that. I could see that being like 500, 750 at max or something around there. And then second place for lap time for the muscle car class is the Pisswasser Dominator. Now that one might be kind of better if you don't want to. Pisswasser Dominator might be somewhat better than the Yosemite, depending on your situation. Because if you've had like a last gen version of Grand Theft 5 from like the PS3 and Xbox 360, since there's not a PS5 or a Series X version just yet, of course. And you have a current generation version, obviously, as well, PS4, Xbox One, or PC, and you have like one of each, of course, linked to like a social club account. I believe you do get that vehicle for free for the Pisswasser Dominator. Otherwise, it's probably not far off from the like range of the Yosemite's price. Maybe even probably just a tiny bit cheaper or something anyways. So pretty nice option there anyways. And the difference is only like within milliseconds apparently. And in third place for the muscle car class for lap time is the Sabre Turbo Custom. Which requires getting the Sabre Turbo, I'm pretty sure. I believe it requires getting a regular Sabre Turbo, which I believe is from day 1 of the game. So it's probably a very cheap, affordable vehicle with the Sabre Turbo. However, I believe the cheaper vehicles tend to have the more expensive upgrade prices for Benny's vehicles. So you will probably be paying a lot of money to get to the Sabre Turbo Custom just purely for the upgrade price. So really I probably wouldn't go to third option for the muscle car class for lap time. Probably stick between the Yosemite or the Pisswasser Dominator. And yeah, it looks like it mainly takes place in the city, so yeah, probably a lot of lap time on this one over top speeds, because it's not really on like a highway or something. at least according to the looks of it. And top speed, top 3 for the muscle car class. First place actually goes to Pisswasser Dominator, which actually seems to be the only one that's top 3 lap time and top speed for the muscle car class. So actually, for an all-around vehicle, the Pisswasser Dominator will be the best one to go for. And like I said, some people actually get it for free because of having a last gen and current gen version of the game, with one of each linked to Social Club, whatever. And then next one's Gun Classic Custom for second place, top speed for the muscle car class. That one, I believe that one's like a couple to few $100,000 maybe at default, since it's kind of a DLC vehicle, and obviously DLC vehicles tend to typically be more expensive than day one vehicles. So the upgrade price might not be as expensive as the Saber Turbo Custom, for example. But yeah, you might as well just go a custom vehicle, since you have to put like the upgrade price in account as well. And yeah, Pisswasser down here is the only one in lap time and top speed, top 3, so might as well go with that one. And then yeah, first place for the muscle car class and top speed is the Gauntlet Hellfire. That one again would probably be another couple to few $100,000 for a basic vehicle, and yeah, after customizations maybe like 750 to 1 million at max for the necessary ones. So yeah, that's the top 3 lap time and top speed for muscle car class for the premium race. Time trial for a week is actually like right next to the casino, or even called casino, with an exact 1 minute part-time apparently. So if you want to do your typical like vehicle, podium vehicle spin or whatever for the luck wheel, then yeah, it's right next to the casino, so it's pretty convenient. But yeah, there's not really much of a point apparently anymore to go over the top 3 for supercars and motorcycles, since there's basically only one good time trial vehicle in the game anymore, and it's known as the new Torador or whatever. Personally, I think it's Torador, but I hear all kinds of pronunciations for the Torador. I'm just going to go Torador because I think it sounds the coolest, but yeah. Apparently the Torador with the rocket boost, the new like underwater rocket boosting submarine vehicle in the game, you can use that in time trials apparently, because apparently I forgot to disable that. Because as of now, Casino and Resort DLC, they made more vehicle restrictions, which made it impossible to use vehicles like the Vigilante and like the Death Bike, which were kind of usable before in time trials, like over a year and a half ago, like 2 years ago. So yeah, I believe it was the only like boosting vehicle that we've got in like the longest time now. So yeah, being a new boosting vehicle, I guess they forgot to add the restriction of not being able to do time trials of the Torador. So apparently you can use the new Torador, so that's basically top tier, because it's the only boosting vehicle in the game now that can be used in time trials. So really not much of a point to go into them, but I do believe I remember exactly what they were, as long as I can think for a minute or so. I believe for lap time it was first place for the Trojan Emirates. Second place for lap time for Supercar class goes to the Benefactor Krieger, and I believe third place was the NS80RR, which is that one-seater supercar. And those are like 2.9 and 2.5 mil. I believe there's like a 200k difference between all of those. So yeah, all of them probably go to either high 2 mil, low 3 mil range after the necessary customizations. And that's for lap time. And for top speed, I believe it was PFIS rate 11 for first place for the supercar class, being $1,135,000. And then second place, I believe, was the Devastate 8, Principe Devastate 8, which is like $1.8 million for default price. And that was from like Doomsday Heist, like late 2017, whereas the first one I listed for top speed, PFIS grade 11, that one's from like executives of criminals. So I think that one's actually finance felony. And then third place for top speed for the supercar class, I believe, is the Banshee 900R, which again is kind of a Benny's upgrade, so really I probably wouldn't bother with that one, but that one's actually only like 100,000. So actually it would probably be more in line with his vehicles and could be the cheapest of the options. That could actually be a pretty worthy Benny's vehicle. So yeah, that was top 3 lap time and top speed, and I believe I did remember those correctly. And then for motorcycles, top 3 lap time, I believe Nagasaki Shotaro is first place for lap time for the motorcycle class. It's like the Tron bike for like $2.2, $2.3 million. And I believe you have to play a match at deadline and get the vehicle unlocked for purchase on the website, whereas I don't think it's listed otherwise. So that one does actually have to be unlocked, which is very unusual for a vehicle, so keep that in mind, but it's worth it. If you don't have a tour, I suppose. Such as myself. And then second place for lap time for the motorcycle class, if I recall, was the Shitsu Hakuchou Drag. That one's like $800,000, $900,000 for a basic vehicle. And with the Nagasaki Shotaro, going back to that one, I believe you can order backwards with the stick for the best possible speed. I believe it's the only motorcycle that works that way. Hakuchou Drag, I believe you have to lean forward with the stick as if you're doing kind of like a stoppie, which is one of 2 vehicles that work that way. Other one is the Nightblade, but I don't think it's a really competitive option. And then third place for lap time, like from the motorcycle class, if I recall, is the Body 801. And if I recall, that's also the only one that's also top 3 top speed for the motorcycle class. Body 801 is like under 10,000, or like exactly 10,000, so it's not a very expensive motorcycle at all. And yeah, it's the only one of them I believe is also top 3 top speed. So the only one that's top 3 in both categories for motorcycle class. And that one and the rest are mentioned have to be backward with the stick as if you're doing a wheelie. And then for top 3 top speed for motorcycle class, if I recall right, it is the BF400 first, which is probably a couple $100,000, I believe, for that one at most. Not very bad at all on that one. It's also basically the top tier off-road vehicle in the game for those who might do a lot of off-road races. That's another reason to get that one. That's a little side note. Second place for top speed, I believe, is the Body 801 again, whereas its third place lap time is second place top speed, if I recall. And yes, believe it or not, this whole time I haven't been looking at the spreadsheet, and I do believe I remember all these supercars and motorcycle placements correctly. And again, motorcycles I believe might be able to change with the Cayo Perico Heist DLC, but I think it's only like an ATV and like a Manchester Scout, which I don't think those are any top tier options anyways. So they should still be up to date, and I know the supercar one should be, because I don't think there is a new supercar. Just a new sport car. And in third place for top speed for motorcycle class, if I recall, is the regular Hakuchou, not the Hakuchou Drag, which I weighed on was like 70,000, or somewhere around there. So not very expensive either. And yeah, don't be confused with Hawkjaw Drag, which is second place for lap time. The regular Hawkjaw is third place top speed. And then RC Bandito time trial for the week is Cypress Flats. Yeah, RC Bandito time trial for the week is Cypress Flats. And luckily I do have a guide on the Cypress Flats time trial. But if you want one from a bigger YouTuber, there's GTA Man, I believe. He does good ones, I believe. And there's also GTA series videos, but I wouldn't really constitute theirs as a guide. It's more of just showing them off. But if you watch it closely enough, I'm sure it's easy to tell how to do it. I think these poor people wait here forever and then. But yeah. Now it's basically just money opportunities, discounts, and the rest of the stuff. So yeah, 2 of them are on the pause menu, 1 of them is not on the pause menu. And it's just a free mode thingy that you do for like a property in the game. So yeah, first money opportunity I'll be going into is Motor Wars. But yeah, Motor Wars, like most adversary modes, there's 7 different maps for them. And that one's a pretty interesting adversary mode because you can have 4 to 28 players. So the starting player amount is kind of huge compared to most adversary modes. But it can go up to 28 players, which is way higher than most adversary modes can go. So it's probably one of the better adversary modes in the game when it comes to money opportunities, I would imagine. And yeah, it's basically like a battle royale kind of mode in the game or whatever, for those who like that kind of genre, which I think is a pretty huge genre, to say the least. The closest thing I like to battle royale is the fucking battle pass shit in Red Dead, I suppose. Besides for that, I really don't give a fuck for that genre. And it's over fucking hyped and shit, in my opinion. And almost everyone's fucking doing it and milking the shit out of it, in my opinion, but whatever. But obviously, just being a simple game mode, it's not going to be as hardcore as a typical battle royale, I would imagine. But again, because of the crazy, insane, like, player count on there, it's probably one of the better ones for sure that it could do. But still, I probably really wouldn't recommend doing it anyways. I guess since I'm on the positive menu, I might as well go over to air races next. And yeah, it's very interesting. They usually do like races across the board or just like land races. They don't usually do just air races. So it's kind of a pretty interesting one there. But yeah, for example, the first one alphabetical order is basic level. So any of that, like the little plane icon there, are obviously air races. So this will be triple money and RP. Obviously, being plane races, planes are typically way faster than like typical vehicles in the game. So those could be kind of faster to do, of course. But yeah, I don't know if there's much of a way to stall it if you want to do like solo to get maximum money, obviously, aside for the randomly flying around and stuff. And yeah, races in general really don't pay all that much, and if you play with other people, obviously it's very pure luck, kind of, on how good you're going to do anyways. So I probably really wouldn't bother with that kind of stuff. Kind of same kind of deal with Motor Wars, in my opinion. And then last but not least, 2 times money RP for Smuggler Cells. If anyone's confused for some reason with the way I word it, because obviously there's a character limit on us as a spectator. The Smuggler Cells is the hangar business in the game. It's a business you do with like Ron in the game. And like the hangar. And the hangar business, sadly, is kind of like the worst business in the game. I believe normally it's like $500,000 without any sort of bonus, and I believe it's like $1 million without any sort of bonus. But I believe if you do like narcotics, chemicals, and I believe like medical supplies might be like the third top tier like supplies for the hangar business. If you do any of those 3 particular ones, I believe those are the most profitable. Otherwise, you'll be getting less money, and there's kind of no point, but you do get the extra like bonus faster, I suppose. So basically, you just stick with the ones on the like most top left of the interface on the computer. Those are the ones that are the more valuable ones. So again, I believe that's narcotics, chemicals, and animal materials, or something like that. Or medical supplies, I believe, actually, I said earlier. I believe those are the top 3. And I believe at max you can have like a 70% bonus, and that's if you do those 3. So yeah, it might be around like 800,000 or something normally. And I believe on double money, honestly, since the 500,000 double money is $1 million, I believe that'll be 1.7 million at max you can make on the business. Not including like sale bonuses from like the amount of players that might be in your public lobby. But obviously, the more players, the more risk reward kind of stuff. But yeah, solo, I probably really wouldn't recommend doing the hangar business. Solo, it takes a really long time to do it all solo. I'd probably recommend having at least 1 friend. And yeah, you're probably going to have to stick to a low amount if you sell solo, otherwise it's going to be a very impossible sell mission, most likely solo. So you most likely won't be reaching like the bonuses anyways, if you are doing it solo. So I believe again you can have like up to 70% bonus if you have like all of a certain like type of material, whatever. So whatever one of those 3 I mentioned that you choose would probably be one of the best, would be the best way to go about it. Don't like mix it up or anything. Though obviously on the downside you'll have a cooldown to wait, but you might as well wait the cooldown for like a 70% more bonus at the end. And yeah. You can get up to 4 crates, I believe, for the hangar business. And that's whether you're CO or MC, so you can't get 8 crates in MC, sadly. If you could get 8 crates in MC, that would be pretty, like, fast for the hangar business, and especially on double money, very nice as well. But yeah, since the max on CO is 4, you can only get up to 4 crates on a single mission. Especially if you have a full, like, CO of 4, that would be the best way to go. And if you want to help out friends as much as you can, of course, I believe you should sell as MC, because I believe you get like around 10% of what the CEO, around what the MC president makes. Whereas CEO is like only up to $10,000, and you have to be in the consistent CEO for a really long time. So if you want to get your friends the most money, make sure to sell an MC. You might want to be an MC for longer. I don't know if it's like loyalty, like bonus kind of thing or anything. That's basically everything I could think of for advice to 2 times money RP on Smuggler's Cell missions right on top of my head. So yeah, that's every single money opportunity, because I don't think there's any more money opportunities. I believe those were the only 3. But next I'll go into a clothing store, because I believe there is some new clothing with the, like, login reward. I believe there's a single login reward for the week.
How are you? Take as long as you like.
But yeah, for the event week, there's a new, like, hat in the game. Not there. But yeah, you get this new Guffy double logo cap, of course, if you log in for the event week. And it seems there's a forward and a backwards variant, where it's, I believe, other times they don't really do two different variants of the same ones. That's kind of nice. Also, just stealing, like, secondary targets, being cash, gold, drugs, or art, being during the Cayo Perico Heist finale will get you a Bigness Faces sweater, which honestly I have to actually do something in the game to do that, so I can't really show it off right now. However, later today or tomorrow, maybe I might be doing my Cayo Perico Heist, finally starting that. And also, I didn't mention, but I did get like $1.2 million when I logged in for some reason. I believe they took, which actually I think the 1.2 million was still like 200,000 for Prime Gaming and another 1 million, I believe, for like all 4 weeks or something like that. So actually I think that was just Prime Gaming money. I got 1.2 million, which is pretty nice. So I'm at 1.5 when I was at like 300,000 before on my last stream, I think. So I'm pretty set in cash right now, kind of. And yeah, apparently this is also the final week to get some clothing items for completing the Cayo Perico scoping mission, prep mission, completing the finale, and then the heist challenge, like, thing if you participate in it for the Panther Varsity jacket. So there's like 4 different clothing items that there's the very last week for getting them. And then, yeah, I believe it's just discounts, so I'll have to go over now. And like I typically do, I'll go over properties first.
Those are so comfortable.
Alright, there's one set of property discounts and the rest are vehicle discounts. So yeah, on to Maze Bank foreclosures here. Hangers are 30 or 40% off or something. Hangers are 30% off. So I believe, for example, this is the most expensive hanger, being 3,250,000. You're getting like 975,000 off of the most expensive, so that's pretty nice.
You won't find those anywhere else.
And for hangers, I do pretty much recommend you get one in Fort Zancudo, because you do get exclusive access to Fort Zancudo. If you do get one in LSIA, you do actually get easier access to the airport than you normally do, I think. But obviously there's other ways into the airport, whereas Fort Zancudo, not so much. Unless you're doing like a sourcing mission and stuff, then I believe cops are disabled in certain cases. And yeah, renovations as well are on discount. Also 30% off. And yeah, all of them are on discount.
Did you find your size?
But yeah, hairstyle, lighting, the floor graphics, the office furniture, those are purely cosmetic. Living quarters, you'll want that one if you want to spawn into the hangar. Which the hangar is a pretty nice area to spawn into, actually. So I do highly recommend getting a living quarters first area, because you can spawn right in your hangar, get access to a lot of your different aircrafts. So it's one of the more top tier, like, locations for spawning into GTA Online with, I'd say. And obviously those are just purely cosmetic. And obviously you want the workshop if you want to customize aircraft. So especially the workshop, and then I would say even especially for the living quarters, so you can spawn there and get very instant access to a lot of different aircrafts. Again, one of the most top tier like spawn locations I'd say in the game. And yeah, you do have to do that obviously to get access to business on 2 times money RP, so it goes hand in hand with that. And I believe the rest are all vehicle discounts.
Those are selling like hotcakes.
Okay, I believe the first website with a discount is Elitist. But yeah, the Nagasaki Havoc is on a discount. Nagasaki Havoc is 40% off. Basically everything that's not a new vehicle or Prime Gaming discount is 40% off for a vehicle discount right now. But yeah, Nagasaki Havoc is a one-seater like gyrocopter in the game. It's kind of the only gyrocopter in the game, which is pretty unique. Not only is it a gyrocopter, it can also be spawned in the CO menu, so it's a very efficient travel vehicle in the game. But if you want some good point A to point B travel for the CO menu, I recommend getting the latest, since it is like #1 top speed in the helicopter class. Though of course that could change, but I think the only new one's the Annihilator Stealth, and obviously it's not going to be better top speed than the latest. So if you want only like one CO vehicle in the game, the latest I'd say would be the one to go. But you can't go wrong with a CO Havoc. Even though the downside with the CO Havoc is it does not have weaponry on it. I also believe the Havoc's the only CO vehicle that you have to buy the vehicle in order to spawn it. I believe other ones you can actually pay a price to use it if you don't have the vehicle. But yeah, just for the spawning and for the CO menu convenience, I say the Havoc's actually very worth it, because unlike the Volitas, it can land in some very damn tight spaces, even more tight spaces than the Buzzard. So it's probably the most, like, it's probably kind of one of the most versatile helicopters for the CO menu. But yeah, for a personal variant, you can put a machine gun on it, or whatever, like a gimbal turret, something like that. But I think it's not a very good one. It's not like explosive rounds or anything, like most of the machine guns in the game aren't. But yes, I don't really want to do much of anything that other weapons don't already do. So really, you're probably never going to really be using the personal one. You'll probably mainly want it for the CO one. Which is for a CO, like, spawning Havoc, with it being very convenient. I say that's a very good reason alone to get the Havoc. So I gotta recommend it for that reason alone, I feel. But yeah, probably not really going to be making money with the Havoc. The, of course, CO version of it, with no weapon, can be very good for a sightseer. That's a very good money opportunity that the CO version could do. Especially on double money RP on CO work. VIP CO work. I believe there's 2 discounts on this website. And that's the Coil Cyclone and then the Grazi Vision, which ironically are both from the Smuggler's Run DLC. So I will go over performance for these ones, since they're not very useful vehicles in the game, aside for racing circumstances. I believe one might be a sports car, one might be a supercar. So maybe they're both supercars, not too sure. Alright, yeah. Alright, yeah, the Cyclone and the Vision are both supercars. Alright, so lap time for the Vision. Lap time for the Cyclone, actually. Lap time for the Cyclone is 27th place. And that's out of like 48 different supercars, so it's below average on lap time for the Cyclone. And then top speed for the Cyclone. Top speed for the Cyclone is actually 44th place, so it's a very bottom tier for top speed. So I believe the reason the top speed's real bad on the Cyclone is because it's an electric car, and they're not very known for top speed for electric cars, I believe. So I think that's why it suffers in top speed, and lap time is below average anyways. So it really won't be getting this one for performance, it will instead really be getting it for customizations, if it even has any good customizations. So if you're looking for a good racing supercar, this isn't the one, I'd say. And then for the Vision, the Vision is 16th place for lap time. So yeah, that's quite the few to several placements. So yeah, it's quite a couple to few placements below the top 10. So yeah, it's quite a few to several places below the top 10 for lap time. But at least it's above average for lap time, unlike the Cyclone. But still not very good anyways.
We have that in multiple colors.
And then the Vision is 18th place for top speed, so only a couple placements worse, and still above average in top speed. So yeah, it's not bad, but it's also not necessarily very good either. or performance. So again, the main reason would be for personal preference reasons or for the customizations, I'd say. And yeah, that's all of them on that website.
Those are selling fast.
And I believe the rest of the regular discounts are all on worth stock. And there's also a Prime Gaming one here as well. But yeah. First discount on this website is the Kurtz 31 Patrol Boat, which is one of the new, attack boats in the game. This was the first DLC to give us proper attack boats, by the way. For those who don't know, I'm very positive on that. And yeah, this one's Prime Gaming only. So for those without Prime Gaming, you will not have access to this discount. And that's 35% off of the Kurtz 31 Patrol Boat for those with Prime Gaming, such as myself. So for trade price, that's $1,440,562. And buy it now is only 500,000, not even more than the trade price. 1,920,000. But quite frankly, is either price really worth it? Probably not. Quite honestly, I have not played the heist at all. Nor do I really have any of the vehicles aside for the Sparrow and the Katsakta submarine, whatever pronunciation on that one. But yeah. Just think of how useless the regular boats are in the game now. Slapping weapons on boats really doesn't make them all that useful. Not much either. Yeah, maybe they're kind of better in some ways compared to other amphibious stuff in the game. But not enough to make much of an impact in the game, I would imagine. But yeah, it seems to have guns in front and then ones on the back. But yeah, imagine there's some of the better machine guns in the game for sure. But yeah. Boats aren't very used at all in the game anyways. So yeah. Because regular boats are very useless in the game, attack boats really aren't going to do much either. There's very little activities in the game, I feel, that require you to go out and see. Obviously, there's very particular, extortion missions in the game, and, certain, heist preps in the game, maybe. But those are very seldom in the game, obviously. Those aren't very common kinds of stuff you'll run into in the game. So, yeah. It's very niche. And I'd say that the Sea Sparrow is still going to be probably the best amphibious vehicle in the game for landing on water, since it can also fly, which means it's very useful for generic grinding, since it can go very fast point A to point B. Because obviously it's being super restricted in its usage, being restricted to water. If boats could be customized and all, maybe they would have more use. But yeah, there's no boat customization in the game besides for obviously this thing and the yacht. And maybe the Avisa. Something that's not as useless but still not that good is the RO86 Alcanost. Again, I don't have the vehicle yet, so my experience, I don't really have an experience with it. But just using common sense and stuff like that, it's very easy to know, and from what I've watched as well. But yeah. The RO-86 Alcanost is the only extra large aircraft in the game. So it's literally the largest aircraft in the entire game. So if you want to put it in your hangar to customize it, which obviously you'll want to for the best customization, then you'll have to literally take every single other then yeah, you'll literally have to take every single other aircraft out of the hangar and into storage if you want to even customize it. Which isn't really worth it for a vehicle like this, to be completely honest. But yeah, this one's only 25% off, and anyone gets this discount on this Prime Gaming. But yeah. The only weaponry this vehicle has apparently is bombs. There's no like missiles or machine guns on it, just regular bombs. And for the biggest stealth bomber in the game, apparently it only has 50 bombs in the game. It's not like the Volatile, which has 100. Which the Volatile is the only vehicle in the game with more than 50 bombs in the game. So yeah, they didn't even up the bomb capacity on this one. So yeah, that just shows that it has very little potential. The fact that it only has bombs for weapons, and also there's only 50, not even 100 like the Volatile. But yeah, this thing is probably the biggest, like, huge plane in the game or whatever. It's the biggest huge plane in the game. I mean, fastest huge plane in the game. Probably faster than both the Mombushka and the Volatile, from what I recall. But yeah. Obviously, only having bombs, it can't really do much in terms of money opportunities. And even if it's a pretty speedy aircraft, despite its size, it's really not going to do much for you. Besides for point A, point B travel, probably. But the one huge unique thing it has is stealth capabilities, which other vehicles have, just this one's more limited. This one's not like the Aquila and the Annihilator stealth where you toggle it on and off. This one instead, if you're at certain altitudes, will be stealth. And if you're under certain altitudes, you will not be stealth.
You should try it on.
So really the main tactic with this vehicle is you can do like stealth bombing. You can be at a certain altitude, and then when you want to bomb, just go to a lower altitude. The problem with that though is that the bombs apparently don't work very good at certain altitudes. So if you're at very high altitudes, the bombs apparently can fall through the map from what I hear. So really, the stealth capabilities don't really do much for this vehicle, aside for having safer point A to point B travel. It doesn't really help for bombing capabilities. So yeah, like I mentioned, best thing you could probably do with it is go like out of stealth, kind of do some surprise bombing at lower altitudes. But again, that'll obviously put you on the radar, which is kind of counterproductive. But yeah. Don't know why exactly my throat's being shitty and when it was fine before, but whatever. But yeah, then there's the Annihilator Stealth, which is actually a 6-seater, which is pretty good for a stealth aircraft. So it's the most seater capacity for a stealth aircraft in the game. Whereas the Aquila has 4, and the Alchemist apparently has 2, though I think it might only be 1 even, so that might be a mistake even. And the Ultralight's the only ever somewhat stealth vehicle in the game, I think, and that one's only a 1-seater. And that's only at certain altitudes. That's only at certain speeds for that one. But yeah. Trade price is $2,176,875. And buy it now, 2,900,000. Buy it now, 2,902,500. And yeah, it's 25% off also, just like the R86 Alchemist. But yeah, it's a 6-seater stealth aircraft, so it does have the most capacity for stealth aircraft, so that's something. But again, like the RO-86 Alknos, it's a complete disappointment, I'd say, from what I've seen from other reviews and stuff. Since, again, I don't have this vehicle. But again, just using common sense, I can also have good opinions on it as well. But yeah. Like the Akula, it does have machine guns that are only usable in stealth mode, of course, because when you're in stealth mode, the machine guns get put into the helicopter, and when out of stealth mode, they come out, of course. But yeah, the machine guns aren't even very good. The machine guns apparently take forever, even on like police helicopters and stuff, and especially on civilian vehicles. Apparently even the regular Annihilator machine guns from what I saw on Gilly Master's review apparently are better, much better even than the Annihilator stealth machine guns. So yeah, the Annihilator stealth machine guns are pea-shooter machine guns. And even the Akula has better machine guns, and even has like the co-pilot machine guns. Whereas I don't even think there is a co-pilot machine gun on the Annihilator stealth. However, on the plus side, I believe that means there's drive-by weapons for the passenger seat. However, those are obviously the typical drive-by weapons on the passenger seat here. And then I believe 2 people on each side for the Annihilator stealth as well. So 3, 4, 5, and then 6 for capacity. But yeah, when you go in stealth mode, sadly the doors do not close. The doors are forever open, so you cannot like protect the people on the sides of the Annihilator stealth. However, you can apparently rappel with the Annihilator stealth as shown in the trailer, so you can rappel out the helicopter, which is pretty rare. I know other helicopters do let you. And I also hear apparently the rappelling on the Annihilator stealth is better than other rappelling helicopters. So you can get more distance with the rappel on the helicopter for the Annihilator stealth. But yeah, obviously on the side seats you can use stuff like rocket launchers and sniper rifles, so having 4 people who can do that is pretty nice, and also you can use like the flare gun, though I'd imagine even the side passengers can also use a flare gun as well. So yeah, a lot of people can use like the flare gun, of course, since it does not apparently have countermeasures. And yeah, just like the Akula, there's a choice of the regular and barrage missiles. Obviously, I recommend the regular missiles, but sadly there's no homing off missiles for more precision with the missiles. So basically, the stealth mode is the homing off for the Annihilator stealth, just like the Akula, which is a shame, so you can't get more like precision with the missiles. And yeah, barrage missiles are only 4 at a time, similar to the Akula, apparently. So yeah, that's everything for weapon capability. But yeah, for defenses are absolute trash on the Annihilator stealth. It has absolutely no explosive resistance, unlike the Akula. The Akula, I believe, can take like 3 homing missiles, so it can take 2 before blowing up on the 3rd one, I believe I heard. The Annihilator stealth apparently has absolutely no explosive resistance for whatever reason, unlike the Akula. The one thing it does have over the Akula, though, is it does have a lower hitbox, similar to the regular Annihilator. So it can dodge missiles easier than the Akula can, but obviously the stealth mode kinda alleviates the need of that anyways. Unless obviously you're revealing yourself and doing PvP and stuff. So yeah. And now later stuff, obviously with all the flaws, there's nothing bad much about it when it comes to PvE usage. But when it comes to PvP usage, you will definitely want the Akula over the Annihilator Stealth. But you can't go wrong with an Annihilator Stealth for PvE. It's a pretty good PvE vehicle. But yeah, it's not as fast and it can't go like as vertically fast as the Akula either. So it's nowhere near as good performance-wise as the Akula.
You won't find those anywhere else.
So yeah, Akula's not really an Annihilator Stealth is not really that useful. You might as well just go to the Akula from a couple years ago even. Doesn't really do much of anything unique that's even all that worth it for the Akula. But yeah, I tried mentioning as much differences between them as I can. But I don't really think much of them justify getting this over the Akula. And actually there is one more I think on this website. Insurgent pickup is not actually on discount, just glitched up at the moment. However, there is also the Valkyrie. And now their stealth, I didn't say, is 25%. But yeah, the Valkyrie is 40% off. But yeah, it's four-seater attack helicopter. But yeah, there's the pilot, there's the co-pilot, which has an explosive machine gun. And then there's the two side seats with the machine guns on it. But yeah, weapon capabilities are pretty okay on it, at least a decent. The co-pilot gun is probably one of the better explosive cannons out there, actually. Like, obviously you can't control them as the driver like you can with, like, the Savage, Laser, Hydra, stuff like that. So those are obviously a top tier explosive cannons. That one does require a passenger to use. However, I believe it does have a faster rate of fire maybe than the Hunter. Or maybe it's actually worse than a Hunter for the explosive cannons, but still. Some of the better explosive cannons out there, I'd say, actually, for the Valkyrie. If you can get co-pilot, of course. And then, yeah. Side seats get machine guns, which aren't really that impressive. I believe they did update it at some point there to where they kind of have like tracing round systems, so you can see better like where you're aiming and stuff or something. Not sure if that's entirely true, but I think that's what I've heard. And yeah, this has absolutely no explosive resistance. So really you mainly only want it for the co-pilot seat. But yeah, probably not really worth having a personal version in the hangar. So I probably purely would use it as a Pegasus vehicle. It's probably not really not worth using, of course. For in the hangar. So it's not really bad, but it's not really that good either. Like, obviously it could probably be nice for certain money opportunities with a group of friends and stuff, but besides for that, not really much of a reason to use it.
Take your time.
And that's all the regular discounts. That way there's just one Prime Gaming discount left. And yeah, the Prime Gaming discount is the brand new Longfin in the game. And that's 35% off, just like the Kurtz 31 Patrol Boat, which is the other Prime Gaming discount. But yeah, Longfin on a trade price is $1,035,937 right now. And buy it now, $1,381,250 right now.
If you can't find your size, we'll order it.
So really like a $350-ish thousand difference, which isn't too bad. But yeah, you're still paying over $1 million for a non-attack boat in the game. But yeah, the Longfin being a civilian vehicle in the game, there's not really much to say about it, obviously. But it's actually the brand new fastest boat in the game, though. Not that it really matters much, because who's really going to be doing boat races in the game? Because it is raceable, and like most of the other boats in the DLC, I think it's the only raceable one in the whole entire DLC. All the other ones have like weapons and stuff, so obviously it can't be used in races. But yeah, it vastly outpaces the second place for the boat class, being the speeder. I believe it's like 50 miles per hour, I believe, like better than the speeder for top speed. And I believe it's like 10 seconds even better for a lap time. So it's quite monumental for the boat class being quite significantly better than the previous number one. But again, it doesn't really matter too much when no one really probably does boat races anyways. But yeah, performance is top tier, lap time and top speed for that one. But yeah, that's finally gonna be it for the stream. And now I can die, like, off stream, I guess, now. But yeah, I do kind of have plans, of course, because of the Prime Gaming discount. I think I might want to get the patrol boat, at least not sure on the Longfin. So I think that incentivizes me to finally go get forward with the Cayo Perico Heist, so I might finally do that later today, or tomorrow, early tomorrow, something. Or maybe even Tuesday or something, I don't know. Hopefully sometime this event week. Because obviously once I get done once, I'll be doing it a lot off stream, so that'll be very good for me for making money. And also, apparently Amazon owned the freaking stores, the fucking Parlor or whatever the fuck, so honestly screw them. Parlor apparently got fucking taken off of fucking Amazon, not Amazon, but Apple and Google stores for the App Store and then the Google Play Store. Apparently both of them took off fucking Parlor, which is an unbiased social media, I believe it's called, for like its category it's in or something. Which it sure shit probably is compared to like Twitter and shit. So yeah, screw Amazon for taking down the servers, whatever. Like, apparently it wasn't enough for a bunch of like app companies or whatever to fucking ban this shit out of the app, because their feelings got hurt that people were moving out of their out of Facebook and Twitter and shit. Like, not only was removing the app enough, they also wanted to completely take it down off the fucking internet, apparently. At least that's all of what I've been hearing, and I don't doubt it. I even checked the App Store, and it was actually gone. I believe Googled it like a day or two before Apple, but still, I'm pretty sure the Parlor app didn't do anything fucking wrong. I think Facebook and Twitter and all of them are just fucking hurt that the conservatives are moving there, because obviously, yeah, they treat them like shit. And this is kind of and yeah, this is kind of in continuation of what I was mentioning yesterday when I did the Reddit Online stream. But yeah, things are just getting a whole lot worse sadly in the fucking US, whatever the fuck. In the US, whatever the fuck. God damn it, my throat's being a bitch again. But on the other hand, there's this fucking Gab or whatever the fuck, social media, whatever. They have their own servers and everything, apparently, because they've been driven off, like, quite a couple years ago, whatever the fuck. So that one's uncensorable, apparently, according to the sounds of it. So if people are looking for somewhere now that Parlor's being taken down for at least a week, it sounded like, according to their CEO. There is Gab.com, whatever.
That'll look great on you.
So any right-leaning viewers who want to know a good place to go, I guess, since Facebook and Twitter are being bitches and shit, there's Gab.com, I guess. Since apparently they took off Parler servers, fucking Amazon did. Which I mentioned, obviously, because Prime Gaming, that's Amazon as well. So yeah, I know I talk a lot about Prime Gaming on the channel and all, but I'm not gonna fucking defend this shit off fucking Amazon or be speechless about it and shit. Like, I don't get censored and shit because I don't tweet for shit. I just like right-leaning stuff that I agree with. I don't really even tweet anymore. That's like last year on one of my accounts, because I have one that's not related to YouTube. That I'm not gonna mention or whatever, but yeah. Just fucked up shit I'm really seeing around on the internet and stuff. Not only did the president get censored, Parler's also being hella fucking censored off of the fucking app stores. And also off of their own fucking servers that they got from, like, that Amazon runs or whatever the fuck. They were apparently like, create your own social media, whatever, but apparently they want to take it down anyways. Fucking like communist fucking China and all that fucking bullshit. It's coming. It's totally fucking coming. I don't know how the fuck was so successful, but yeah, I believe they definitely cheated in the election for the fucking left-leaning Democrat Party. So yeah, just a bunch of fucking shitty bullshit that's really pissing me off on fucking social media right now, for sure. So if I mention it, whatever. But yeah, that's fine with me for the stream. Hope you enjoyed.